Just another manic Monday. Happy Monday meetup, Team Vitality. Look at all you beauties. I just wanted to real quick do a couple shout outs and celebrate some people that had some wins last month. Namely, I'd like to congratulate Miss Jane Buchanan on qualifying for the Alaska Cruise. She did not give up. Good job, Jane. And she also earned 2 tracks. Congratulations on that. I'd also like to congratulate Debbie Kaldensky Cole. She earned a track and also had a rank advancement. Dara earned a track. Gina Shelfo earned a track. Tracy Lopez hit SC1 and earned a track. And Becky Lewis hit Consultant 3 and also hit a track. So those were our winners from last month. Now, don't ask me what earning a track means anymore because I'm not sure. We have to figure that out. I think they're changing the incentive. But congratulations, you earned a track. Right? Okay.
You won regardless.
All right, so let's get on with it. So good to see everybody.
All right. So yes, we are going to, this is our very first Monday huddle meetup. It's so exciting. So you guys, I could not think of anyone better. In fact, even leaving her a voice message about asking her to be on this call. Okay, Kristen Richards, you guys, she's been with LifeVantage for almost 7 years. She's an MC3. She retired from corporate America. She has 2 beautiful children, blended family. What I love about Kristen Richards, you guys, so much is her heart and her infectious desire to truly help and make a difference in women's lives. And I say women, it's everyone's life, but if you go to her and you don't even really know her and you ask her help on something, I'm not kidding, she will give you 100% of her time and effort. The way that she loves on people is unlike anyone that I've ever met. And 7.5 years ago, I asked Angie if she had this picture, and I was looking for it too, and I was trying so hard to find it. But this just describes Kristen. So she was not a consultant yet in LifeVantage, and we were a part of Team Heart at that time, and it was my first convention. And Eric, her now husband, it was he and I were being recognized for being, I think, top enrollers at that time. And we were in line right together, and I'm scanning the room, and I'm really nervous, and I see this beautiful woman sitting in the crowd, just adoring her man. And just so I did not know her. I had not ever said 2 words to this woman, but I could not keep my eyes off of her. She has this infectious glow about her. And I watched her love and support Eric like we all should be supporting our men. But it was just so amazing. And now knowing both of them, he watches her the same way and supports her the same way. But I remember I had to meet her after the meeting, and I introduced myself, and then she joined the business, and what she's done in the past 7 years is just miraculous. And she's always been that person to me, but the fact that now she's been able to transform her heart and her soul and her passion through social media to help more people and to make a bigger impact is just oh, I get goosebumps thinking about it every time. And it's her heart and it's her desire to help people and to make changes, and it's her vulnerability, it's her authenticity, and it's such a gift. And I've learned so much from her since I've known her, but really in the last 1.5 years, since she's kind of blown up. She's an influencer on social media, which is so cool. 80,000 followers, you guys. And just by being herself, she has not changed at all. In fact, she's even become more rooted in who she is, and her authenticity has become even greater, if that was even possible. And so I just really encourage you guys to get out a piece of pen and paper and take notes. This woman is magic, and she's willing to share with us. So I just thank you, Kristen, so much for being here, and the floor is yours.
I think she got disconnected.
What's that?
I think she got disconnected.
Oh no.
She disappeared all of a sudden.
She's like, that was too much for me. She's gotta go.
Oh shoot. Well, that was great training.
She goes, oh, I just got kicked off. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, she'll be
Okay.
right back on.
While we're waiting, does anybody know how to sign up for the legacy seats at Global by chance now?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking everywhere. Okay.
I can text Kim.
Okay.
Kim's so fast with responding. Uh-oh, hopefully. Also, you guys, if you're not following her, Kristen Richards, take a look at her page on
Yeah.
Instagram. It's really, really good. And she did this training for Team Heart a couple weeks ago, and that's when I had hopped on and listened to it, and I was texting Angie. I'm like, this is so good. Our teams definitely need to hear this.
It's the Kristen Richards. Kristen, just like we spell our Kristen with an K and an I.
The only way to spell
The
it.
only way to spell it. The Kristen Richards. But yeah, I mean, I watched her, man. I mean, because obviously I've known her for
Amazing.
years, and I've watched her go from maybe 1,000 followers, probably on Instagram, to currently 88.8 thousand in less than a year, you guys. All because she found her niche.
Mhm.
I'm looking
Yep.
at like Katarina. Like this call is going to be just gold. Like find your niche, and if you don't have a niche, let's talk. I'll help you. Let's
Yeah.
get together. We'll figure it out.
Definitely. She's back on. You're back, Kristen.
I am so sorry. Of course, our Wi-Fi goes down, so I don't have my PowerPoint. I don't know. I can email it over. I'm so bummed. I wanted to show you guys all the things.
Don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I have some of your slides too from your the last one you did. I screenshot a lot of them.
Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I was going to go from.
Perfect. Let me see if I can.
I'm going to pull it up behind. I was like yelling upstairs to my husband, is the Wi-Fi down? Like, Kristen's saying all the nice things. I can't even hear what she's saying.
We'll send you the recording for sure.
I'm all female. I need all the love and the snuggles. And so thank you so much, Kristen and Angie, for just inviting me. Thank you, ladies, for taking time out of your day. I know you guys are reestablishing this window to connect and grow your businesses. And I'm just honored. There are amazing humans in this company. And so just to be tapped is a privilege. So I truly, truly appreciate that. Yes. So as Angie said, just to back up a little bit. So Kristen was sharing this story. My then boyfriend, now husband, found LifeVantage in April of 2017. I can't believe how fast time goes by. And I was the naysaying girlfriend, like, you do you, boo, like, that's great. He was getting off all these pharmaceuticals. His health was transforming. And I was too busy, right? Like your clients, your customers that don't know they need this yet. And then he said, we teased that he gave me the first tip free. So he gave me that first bottle free. And within 48 hours, I could not believe the improvement in my cognitive abilities. And I was like, I'm all in. You know, where do we go? What do we sign up? But it wasn't the time in my life to actually join the business. I was putting my family back together after a very, very rough divorce. And we were in a season of healing. So, you know, that's a key piece, is keep pouring out your message. People are watching, and it just might not be the right day for them yet. Then a convention landed in our backyard. So everyone comes to Indy, the event that Kristen's talking about. And the rest is history. I fell in love with this company. I fell in love with these humans. I was just starstruck. I couldn't believe that Tara knew my name. And I was just the girlfriend, you know, Rachel knew my name, and was so in love with this idea. I had no network. I had no network experience. I was hardly on Facebook in 2017. And so what you're seeing in front of you today is truly consistently showing up. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, and I can share out my slides so that you guys can see them. I mean, I literally have like 5, but actually let's do this. Let me see if I can share.
I just made you a co-host again. Kristen, another thing I can do, if you can't do that, is I can pull up your Instagram and just kind of scroll, you know, through.
That would be helpful, just because it's really important to see kind of what I'm talking about here.
Like even the number one the hack, like the picture, like that's this one, this slide. Is that like
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my
That's, yeah. If you can share that.
Angie, do you have it? I just sent it to you.
Yes, but it's on my phone and not my computer. So I think it would be easier if I could just
And this
there
is
we go.
proof that
I could
anyone
just share
can build a
this.
business.
It'd be a lot easier. Yeah. So
Yep.
this is it, you guys. So can we just
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
That's yep, perfect.
This is exactly the picture, one of the pictures that I wanted to share, and this is where I start my presentation. So as Angie alluded, June 5th of last year of 2024, I had 2,500 followers. I had been semi-successful with growing a following on Facebook, but really struggled to figure out Instagram. So drop a 1 below if Instagram is still your Achilles. Like I struggled. I would even make it a point to not say anything negative when my phone was around because I didn't want it to like automatically downregulate the algorithm. Like I was convinced that Instagram hated me, but I wasn't showing up in the language that Instagram spoke. And so June 5th, my kids had gone to Mexico with their dad. Anyone that has to share their kids, they understand that feeling. You understand that time. And I was like, what am I going to do with this week? And so I set out that I was going to post every single day for 7 days in a row. And I was going to try to gain 50 followers, 50. So I share that in bite-sized, tiny baby habits is the only way that we can stick and grow and change our anything, our physical health, our emotional health, our well-being, and especially our business. So if you can just slide back to one of those first pictures of before Kristen.
sorry.
Yeah, right there in the top, that top right one's a good one. I want you guys to see how vulnerable I had to get in order for this to work. In order for anyone to stop on my page, I had to get authentic, raw, and vulnerable. So my number one hack to you for growing your following is tell your story authentically. You have to dig deep. What would this version of myself need to know in order to become the version that you guys see in front of you that's maintained her weight for 2 years, kept 37 pounds at bay, learned she had a medical condition since the age of 12. She had no idea it was a medical condition. What would she need to know? So you have to learn and dig in. Angie said she'd work with you on figuring out exactly what your niche is. And that is the biggest piece of the puzzle. Once you figure out who you're talking to and what your message is, be vulnerable, be authentic. What stops you in your tracks when you're scrolling on Facebook? It's not, of course there's animals and there's cute dogs and kids doing stuff. But when I see a big transformation, I want to click on that page. I want to see what's going on. The second tip that I have for you in this growing your following is you have to stand out. The biggest way that I stood out once I finally learned that I had this condition, went through my own healing and restoration, is I decided that no one's talking to the lower stages of this condition. Lipedema is a fat disorder where the fat in our body just stops talking to. So it quarantines itself off and it creates a scar tissue around it. So my entire life, Angie and Kristen, especially Angie, I've traveled with Angie. Angie can attest to this. I was constantly hiding. I had this tiny waist, tiny upper body, but I was always like sarong to the floor, dresses to the floor, linen pants to the floor. I was constantly hiding these before legs because I didn't understand. There's so much shame. There's all this emotion. But when I finally was able to figure out what it was on Instagram, on just a fateful scroll one day, I've realized most of the accounts, were in foreign languages because it's so underdiagnosed and unknown here in the States. And B, they're only speaking to the women in the latter stages. So once this condition progresses to stage 3, stage 4, there's always always an obesity issue that goes hand in hand with this. And a lot of times those conditions get misconstrued. So you could be told, I was told literally for decades, just eat less, work out more, eat less, work out more. No one believed my diet. No one.
Do you remember the day you said, "Oh my God, I think I have that"?
It was March of 23.
And you
March
were
of
just on Instagram and you said,
I was
Mhm.
I was scrolling and this account stopped me. I'm like, those look like my legs. And her handle was lipedema something. And so of course I dive in and I look at her page and she was a smaller woman, but still had this disproportionate, legs that didn't match the upper body. And I just started sobbing. I'm like, wait a second, what is this? This is a condition. And it blew my mind. I have goosebumps to this day telling that story because there's so much value. If that woman, I have no idea who it was to this day. If I could figure out who and how and where she was, I don't even know what I would give her because she's changed my entire life. Not only for this following these women that I can now help do the same, but I was able to figure out I have a medical condition and no one knew about it. No one knew about it. So the way that I stand out is I'm speaking to the Kristens out there. I'm speaking to me. I had tried to lose weight. I'd lost 20 pounds, 25 pounds through doing 75 hard. I was starting to get in shape. To put into perspective, in total, I lost 37 pounds. I lost 18 inches head to toe. I lost a quarter of an inch on each calf, a half an inch total on my calves.
Gosh.
So you can see there's something going on here, right? So you have this, if you saw me in clothes, you would think, oh my gosh, she's got this perfect body. She's dropped, all the things would come to your mind. And so when I decided to go all out and go in on this category, in this niche, I knew I had to stand out. And that's exactly what I've done. The benefit to me is that most of these lipedema accounts, they don't have any social media experience. So just having a little bit of expertise in creating some reels has paid off dividends.
Yeah. So did you just teach yourself how to create reels? Did you take a course? Speak to somebody that doesn't have any idea how to create a reel right now.
Yep. So I'd love, because I've got all of that in my PowerPoint. Let me see if I can get back on.
Could you email me the PowerPoint?
I would love to.
That would work. Do that. Because that's what I want. Because some people are watching this going, well, what's my niche? I don't have, how could I figure that out? You know what else I love? I'm scrolling through your Instagram right now. I hardly see anything about LifeVantage products. Occasionally, she'll do a reel about LifeVantage products, but that's not her goal. Her goal is to draw people to her story, to her page, then sell in the DMs, right? Or sell, I'm sure she sells the stories too. But if you look at her page, I don't look at her page and go, oh, she's in network marketing, forget it,
Right.
I have a quick question while you're transitioning, Kristen. This is Katarina. Love everything. And I'm going to be like your Velcro moving forward, just to let you know. And I don't live very far from you either.
I know. You're right in Chicago.
Yeah. When you said you posted for 7 days straight to gain a certain amount of followers, what were you doing? I feel like algorithms are definitely so hard to break through. So were you doing a video? Were you doing a reel? Were you doing just pictures? Did you change it up? What do you think worked to kind of push through some of those algorithms to get things seen more?
Give me 1 second because literally I'm talking algorithm and everything in my stinking PowerPoint.
I know. That's why I was like, it's such a good PowerPoint. It's so good.
Oh my goodness. I cannot even believe. Okay. So
Angie Harper LV at Gmail.
Well, and I can say, tell your story authentically, stand out, encourage interaction. This is her PowerPoint that I had screenshot. I'll just start doing
you guys talk amongst yourself for 1 second. I'm going to see if I can connect this.
The bullet points. Educate and empower and stay consistent and show up. Bonus tip, remix. And she'll talk about that too. And that's something I know a couple of us have been trying to remix. Chrissy Emerald has had 2 remix reels that I think have gone over 10,000, right, Chrissy? Or 50,000, one of them did. So the remixing the reels is also super huge.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. And Chrissy, you want to speak on that really quick?
They're just fun, you know, like I do put information in the comment information like section so that people can read what I'm talking about, but it's like getting people's attention and then they share it. And so if you're doing remix reels and people are sharing them, that's bringing more followers. I think I grew like 40 followers in the last month just doing
Can you
remix.
explain what a remix reel is for people
So you
that don't
just
know?
find a reel that you like or is funny, and you can actually, I'm going to just pull one up here. You click on the 3 little dots to the right of the reel, and if you can remix it, sometimes you can't, but it'll just be, I don't know if you can see my phone, but like sorry, I'm outside, but in the middle top, it'll say remix. And then you click as remix and it'll just pull up their reel. You can put your own text in it, but you can use that background. And it's like just fun, like find something that's trending because that's what's getting the most attention. Like I did a George Clooney one that was like 22,000 likes. So, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you can't go
And
wrong.
that's one that the algorithm already sees. Oh my gosh, this is done great. Same with trending audio. You know, try to always use your trending audio. You know, I follow a girl named Maria Went who's really big on social media, and I was telling Kristen this. She was talking about she actually posts 4 times a day. 4 times a day. She grew her account to 400,000 followers doing that. But and I love this, 80% of what she posts is it's posts she already did. So she just takes ones that did good, like pictures or B-roll, and she reuses it, right? So 20% is brand new stuff. So it doesn't seem so daunting when you can just reuse stuff or do what Chrissy just said and use a remix reel. You're not coming up with that. That's already done. So that's huge. Okay, K-Rich, I gave you control. Well, there she goes.
Yay.
Yay, we're in.
Wait, there she, okay, good. I was like, I thought she went off for a second. I'm like, oh no. Perfect.
We're used to having technical difficulty in every call. It's just kind of what we do. It's our thing.
Makes us stronger.
I'm looking at her dress she wore in her 50th birthday pictures. Kristen, I want that dress for our event.
I know, I was thinking about wearing that. Let me see.
I know, you should. It looks like a Monte Carlo.
Slideshow.
Your browser looks like mine. Garrett would get mad at you. Close your window.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? Am I echoing?
Nope, we hear you.
Oh, praise the Lord. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience as we work through this. I'm actually connected to my Bluetooth on my phone, so we will get through this. So I as Kristen was sharing at the beginning of this, I did this presentation 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to leave this up so that you guys can see not braggadociously, but what is possible. So 2 weeks ago, I was 10,000 followers less. 2 weeks before that, I've gained 20,000 followers in the last month. So this is not oh my gosh, it's so easy for her. She's got the algorithm. You are seeing the result of 9 months of consistent work.
Are we supposed to be seeing a slide right now? Or no?
Nope, I got it.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. So this is what I was talking about telling ourselves, sharing our story authentically, because when I share this to this day, it is still guttural. It's difficult for me to look at. You can see the pain. I literally have 2 pictures to pick from in this before body. It was so painful because I never showed my legs. I hid my legs from myself,
can't see a
let
slide,
alone my
Kristen.
husband. What?
What we see is your Zoom. It says launch meeting. There's no slide.
You're seeing it on my phone? You don't see it on my screen?
We just see it says Zoom. Click Zoom.
Ah, dagnabbit.
What are you sharing from?
My PowerPoint from my laptop that I have connected. Okay. And let me do this. Let me leave here.
Yeah, we see your desktop. Wanna?
Do you see my slideshow now?
It's oh, there it is. Yay!
we got it. Woohoo!
Do you see my before?
Okay,
Yes.
yep, we got it. Hack number 1. Yep, we got it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So I started sharing authentically. I stood out. I looked different. I'll talk more about that in a second. But I also encouraged interaction. The biggest place where I see smaller accounts where I went wrong, I say this as much to myself as I do to you, is they don't know you. They don't know your genuine spirit. They don't know that you are truly, authentically trying to help them until they do. So you want to encourage interaction, and that can be something simple as who resonates with this picture? Because I'm telling you, if you're over the age of 40, you've dealt with some menopause struggles and you understand how hard and how painful it is to get back in shape. So just simple, open-ended questions to encourage interaction, again, is going to help your information get more eyeballs on it. We always want to educate and empower. Two of the biggest things. I want to follow accounts that are educating me. So I'm learning something new. Is it a food hack? Is it an exercise hack? Is it a cold plunge hack? Like what is it that they're going to educate me on? Or are they empowering me? Are they showing me, okay, if she can do it, she's no different than I am. I have the same skill set. I can try to do that as well. So it's empowering. The king, the absolute king, when it comes to Instagram specifically, is consistency. There is no way around it. When I decided, again, I started with 7 days, and then 7 days, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I gained 100 followers like within that first 7 days, because I was just, again, standing out. I was sharing authentically. I was sharing reels to start off. You can go back on my page and see where it started last June, where everything's, started taking off. And they're decent. They're not horrible, but I'll kind of talk about how I created those reels in a minute. But I was consistent. I consistently posted for 110 days. 110 days. Do you think I wanted to post for 110 days? That was one reel, one a day for 110 days. But doing the do when we don't want to do the do is the way to success. That comes with exercise, that comes with our marriage, that comes with every aspect of our lives, is we have to get up and do that do and keep going, right? You guys already touched on the remix, and that is such an incredibly powerful tool. I think it was Chrissy was sharing, there's going to be 3 little dots. And what I would try to do is, if you see a trend, try to remix the trend. So, try to put your own authentic spin on it. And so that's what I'm sharing. I'm bringing over lymphatic specialists and, doctors and such that my audience doesn't know to look for or find. So I'm educating, I'm empowering them, I'm sharing more information. Hack number 2 is what to post, right? So here on the far left, I have a static post. So a static post is just going to be a single picture. Now, this is not your bread and butter, but I want to tell you, when you have a powerful static picture, it still can do wonders for you. This particular picture showing like my before ankles and my after surgery ankles, this post alone, this picture alone got over 1.2 million views or something just outrageous. And it's rare that a picture will go crazy like that. But one of the pieces that you will see in every single one of these is I've added audio. And that's a plus and a bonus that Instagram is doing now is if it has audio, it's going to push it out to the For You page. So you always want to use audio, and I'll talk more about that in a second. The second, the middle picture here is called a carousel. I'm sure most of you know what a carousel is, but if you think of those posts where you get to slide through, right? So I want to think of how can I captivate my audience? So this one did amazingly well, and I did this one months ago. So I found old pictures in my before body, and I thought, and I repurposed it and said, if I had to start my 37-pound weight loss over knowing I had lipedema. So if you're scrolling and you finally figure out you have lipedema, but you also have weight to lose, you're absolutely going to stop and spend time and scroll through this carousel. One of the hacks, again, we always want to have audio on our carousels, But one of the other hacks is the second post, I'm going to put a video. You're going to intermix your pictures and videos in a carousel. That's another way to boost the algorithm, keep eyeballs on you. So if I scroll through it, I'm going to be able to see different media formats. But if I could tell you the bread and butter, where I would be spending the majority of my time, where to this day I spend the majority of my time, is on Reels. And Reels, you're just clipping together pictures. It can be, you know, one visual of you, whatever you're doing. I'll talk more specifically about creating Reels here on my next slide. But this Reel alone went so mega viral. You guys, I remember when this Reel, so June 5th was when I decided I'm going to go all out, right? I'm going to post for 7 days. That was my big goal. 7 whole days. I'm going to post on Instagram. I'm going to get me those 50 followers. I don't know what I thought I was going to do after that. I guess I was probably going to quit. I was going to be done. But fast forward June 22nd, my son's 16th birthday. We went to do like a Top Golf, like you guys have, like we did a Top Golf here in Indy. And this video right here was about to hit 100,000 views. 100,000 views. I mean, like, that is a humongous accomplishment. I was like, I cannot believe this video is going to get 100,000 views. Like, I mean, mind blown, right? For this video alone to go on to get, and I want to say it's at like 91.5 now. This is an old slide. 91+ million views is insanity. Now, is that the norm? Not necessarily. You have to keep posting. And one of the big things that we struggle with is we see a video go off and we're like, cool, I'm off of Instagram for the week. I can take my foot off the gas. But what did I say at the beginning of this call? 110 days consistently drilling that algorithm, showing I'm not going anywhere. Keep showing me. Keep bringing me ladies. Keep pushing this information. One hack that I'll also tell you here, and I forgot to share this on the Team Heart call, is I use the exact, you can literally go to my captions. I use the exact same set of hashtags every single time. I have for 9 months. So do not spin your wheels on hashtags. Find 5 or 6 that are niche specific and reuse those suckers over and over. I don't know if they help. I don't think they hurt. I put them in my caption and I just go, 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 go. On this slide, we're going to dive in a little bit more about Reels. The absolute most important piece to a successful Reel is having a hook. So what's a hook, right? So for example, this one that I'm sharing here, one of the biggest lipedema self-care mistakes you don't even realize you're making. So if I have lipedema, or I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to get healthy, or whatever your niche is, and this lady's saying, you don't even know you're making it, you know you're going to sit and watch like, okay, wait a second. Am I making this mistake? And I'm making sourdough. So a lot of ladies are like, can I not have sourdough? Like, so I'm hooking people in. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you guys and tell you, I suck at making hooks. You don't have to recreate the wheel. There are tons of accounts where you can go to Instagram, just like you would in Google, and search and show hooks, and you will get other creators that are teaching content creation. I can't win. Now the train's going by my house. I don't know if you guys can hear it outside. I'm like,
we can't.
What the heck is going on here? But you can go, I have a folder in my Instagram where I make my reel, I find my audio, I put my captions on, and then I go back and I'm like, okay, what is the hook? Because they're going to keep scrolling. So there's negative hooks is a real popular thing. I'm not a negative gal, so I kind of struggle with that, like trying to kind of switch that. But hooks, easy to find, easy to use. You can see here, this is in that where you're creating a reel, and you can see in this second screenshot right here. So I was able to do the monkey bars at the gym, so I was super excited about that. And so I'm like, okay, that'll be a cute reel idea. So I'm in the process of creating this reel, and I want to show you the trending audio because it's right there for you. You don't have to save it down. You can find it. I've got my For You music. So that's music that Instagram has seen me use. And the trending audio you'll see the little green arrows. You can see like right underneath the number ones over here. Trending is the green arrows means it's more and more and more popular. So our gut instinct is to look at this and go, oh yeah, this first one, it has 37,000 uses. That's great, and that music fits. I encourage you to look for audio that has less than 10,000 uses. Yeah, right now, I'm looking for less than 5,000, because if I can find an audio and my reel goes off, then that audio goes off. Guess what? My reel is at the top. So people that are going and looking for audio, they're going to see me and like, who's this chick? What's she talking about? How'd she use this audio? So that's why using trending audio is incredibly important, but also using lower volume trending audio is going to be very important. Okay. For me, I never use anything with an E. That stands for explicit. If any of you guys are new and don't know that, so you can just kind of rule things out. You'll also want to adapt your audio to the mood of the video. Some of my videos are like, woo, let's go, let's get this jam going, get this party started. Others are super melancholy, and I need just an instrumental. I need just a low vibe, like we're chilling, we're hanging out together kind of music. So it's all a feel. So you want to make sure you put these pieces together. In this third slide, you can see I'm providing value. So I found for my niche, and this is, we see women all over LifeVantage doing this with before and afters, but putting pictures while I'm doing a task. So you've got multi-layered information, right? I'm showing you dry brushing is good for lipedema. Oh, and did you know it's also diagnosed in these 4 stages? So again, we're providing value, overserved, just like you want to be overserved when you're following creators. On this last slide, if you take anything from this, we're going to be consistent. Consistency is king, king, king. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. I'm telling you, humans have the attention span of a gnat. You got to get in and out. That's why you got to have a hook. You usually want to try to like change the motion so that there's something going on, so that people's eyes are like, oh, wait, where's she going? What is she doing? What is she making? But in and out. And I have seen a lot of coaches now that are saying between 7 to 12 seconds. I say go even less. When you're in there creating a reel, you can control the speed. Even if you just bump it up to 1.2, the video still makes sense, but now I'm quick. I'm in and out. Why that matters. Watch time is one of the big pieces with the algorithm. So you can see on this real insight, this information I'm sharing here, the video is 5 seconds long, but the average watch time, which didn't fit in this, was like 9 seconds. So what does that mean? Not only are they watching my video through once, but they're probably reading the caption while the video is going. So the algorithm's like, ooh, cool. This has a 1+ watch time. I'm going to push this out more. You're creating content for your current followers. How they receive it determines how it gets pushed out to non-followers. So that little mindset will also help you there. The last piece of information that I want to share with you, because we all want to grow. We all want the hacks. We all want to know if I could go back to Kristen in June last year, oh my goodness, the number one thing I would tell her is batch your stinking content. Now, what does that mean? This is something new to me, but this is what I've been able to grow 20,000 followers in the last month from batching my content. And here's what that means. Record everything. I'm constantly handing Eric my phone, record this, will you redo this? Will you, like, my kids walk in, it feels silly, but showing your everyday life and then going and creatively standing out so that you look different and creating your own view of that information is huge. So now when it comes to Thursday's my content day, I shower, I put my makeup on, I change my outfits, I do, all the things that I show on my videos, but I batch it. So I've got a whole folder in my phone of videos that when the ideas come to me, I'm like, oh, I can use that video of me doing the monkey bars with this message. So it's all right there for me. What you don't want to do is decide you're going to dial in, I'm going to take just a few pieces of Kristen's advice, and I'm going to post every day for 7 days with the goal of getting 25 followers. You don't want to wake up each morning and go, what am I feeling today? What should I post about today? Because let me tell you, beautiful souls, I did that for 8.5 months. And I, of course, color my gray hairs, but holy stress. I literally referred to Instagram as feeding the beast. I knew I had to feed the beast. I knew I had to feed it. And I would be stressed until, because I always posted at the same time. That's another hack, is I post at the exact same time where my followers are highest. You can find that right in your info at the very top. But I would stress myself out to an oblivion. And the other thing that I learned is Angie was talking about women posting 3 and 4 times a day. There's absolutely no way humanly possible. If you're behind the 8 ball in your marriage, in your exercise, in your diet, in any aspect of life that you're trying to improve on, you're not going to get ahead because you're chasing your own tail. So by recording content, reusing video, Angie said that as well. I took a Reels course from another big Instagram influencer, and she is posting 3-4 times a day. And I'm like, there's no freaking way. There's no way. But she taught me how to reuse, gave me permission really to reuse my videos. I can use new audio. I can use different captions. I can use different hooks. And my mind was blown. I'm like, oh my gosh, I now have this whole library of information that I can reuse. Because if you're a consumer like me on Instagram, you see one video, you're not going to their page and going back 7 months to see all their videos. No, you're going to look at a few, you're going to see what interests you, and then you're going to move on along your way. So reusing, record, batch, scheduling, I always try to be a day ahead. Right now I'm in live time. I don't have anything scheduled because I've had calls all day and I'm like kind of itchy. Like I want to be ahead of myself now. So when I wrap up this call, I'll go ahead and schedule my post for tomorrow. I post at 12 and I post at 3 o'clock every single day. I post 10 times a week, 10. I'm not trying to do anything magical, but going from 5 posts a day to 10 has literally gained me almost 20,000 followers. And that's again, because the algorithm is, if you think of it like that hungry beast on your counter and you're like, okay, buddy, you're hungry, or your sourdough starter, like that's another perfect, okay, buddy, you're hungry. Here you go. Here's more food, more food, more food. It's like, perfect. More eyeballs. Here's more eyeballs. You are rewarded for your efforts 1000% when it comes to Instagram. So record your life, record your cuteness, record all the things that make you and special, and then tweak it just a tiny. Then cut it down and make it cute, make you authentic, stay consistent, and I'm telling you, I never, ever, I could say evers for the next 20 minutes, dreamed that I would be approaching 90,000 followers in less than 9 months. But all that I did, the only thing that's different from me than you sitting in your seat is consistency. Consistency, being authentic, finding your message, and truly just deciding, I don't care what anyone says. People might make fun of my legs. Trust me, yesterday somebody slid up on my comments and said, you don't have lipedema. I'm like, okay. I've had surgery. I've been diagnosed, but okay. I have people say, yeah, you're skinny, but your face looks old. I mean, but it's so rare. You cannot go into it with that fear of what they're going to say. You get what you send out, right? So I send out kindness and love, and I don't accept crap. If you are junky, you're hitting the bricks, I block. Don't be afraid to block people. If you have anything go mega viral, you will have to block people, but it's been minimal. So just be you, show up, and I'm telling you, the sky is the limit.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I wanted to add to the willingness to show up when you're uberly uncomfortable, because I
Yes.
see your face in those pictures and I see your face now, and it like
Yeah.
it makes me cry. And I know that was not easy, and I
Oh
know
my
it's
gosh.
painful still. And I
Painful.
just have to like applaud you because like you said, it really is not about you at that point. It's
Mhm.
about the woman who is scrolling and is like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, I think I have lipidemia, and so
Yes.
thank you for that, because getting out of our
Yes.
own way, I think, is half the battle, and showing up in this crazy space of social media. And like, we can all, I mean, we all just, you blew our mind just now, really. And it's taking ourselves out of the equation to give back to as many people that are willing to receive. And clearly 88,000, close to 90,000 are willing to receive it. So you're doing an
Kristen,
amazing job.
can I read the questions real quick in the comments?
Yes,
for
please, because
Kristen?
I wasn't watching.
Okay, so somebody wanted to know, did you just take your personal account and transition it to this account, or did you start from scratch? Which I know the
No.
answer, but go ahead.
I took my personal account with my big whopping 2,500 followers, and I just went in. I have since gone back and deleted, like I had all my kids and know all that kind of stuff that really wasn't on niche. I've saved some of it for shiz and giggles, but yes, I went with the same account. And I encourage you to do that because you can teach the algorithm.
Right.
You can teach the algorithm what you want, and here's another, and I'm glad this is a great question while we're on this. Don't mindlessly scroll on Instagram. Like you can kind of scroll through your feed, but when you go to that search engine, that engine is listening. It is like, I don't even know what I can compare it to, but it is watching every keystroke. So if I'm on my Instagram, I'm never going to search up underwater basket weaving. Like I'm not going to go for something so completely off niche. I'm always looking for legs. I'm always looking for workouts. I'm always looking for how to grow on Instagram in the search option within Instagram. You can clear that search, but the more you use that, the more it's going to push you information to learn. And it's going to say, okay, I can see who this person is now. And your algorithm is just going to continue to improve.
Okay. Okay. That's great, because at the end of the day, Instagram knows how old your account is too, and they don't bump new accounts. So always don't ever start from scratch. Use your account. I was listening to somebody the other day that even said, even if you have to tell your audience, hey, this is what I'm doing now, feel free to unfollow me, but this is what I'm talking about. These are the people I'm looking for, and it'll work out organically from there. Sherry, I don't know what your question means when you say audio, are you talking or using music or both? You do both, right? You talk over your reels. I'm not sure what she means.
She was saying, always use audio on your reels. And my question was, are you talking on the reels or are you using music or both? Just music?
Rarely. I think I have one video where I did speak and use that, and then I put like music super, super low, but that it didn't perform very well. So I usually, there's no, the words, my captions on the screen is me speaking, and then I've got the audio going in the background.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not my voice.
Gotcha.
Can you explain one more time, using the less trending audio over the higher trending audio? Sylvina wants to know.
Yeah, so the idea behind that is we're trying to stand out, right? So we already know that the algorithm is liking these audios. So they're saying, these are growing, these are going up. So I'm looking, because if I match an audio that eventually, it could be number 9 and it shoots up to number 1, and my video is now on the 4th page, on that front page of that audio. Like when I click on that audio, and then there's a page that comes up, and you can see and get ideas. Oh gosh, they use this song for this. I never would have thought about that. Or, but if I choose a low volume trending audio and my video does well, when you go to see that trending audio, you're going to see me. So then it's another place to get eyeballs. It's another place to grow.
Okay.
Versus the one that has 1 million views or 1 million uses, you're a needle in the haystack.
Okay, are you transitioning your, so somebody wants to know, this is a private text I got, how are you transitioning what you are doing to LifeVantage, and are you growing in sales in LifeVantage? Which congratulations on earning the Alaska cruise. So I
Thank you.
know it's
Yes.
paying off for you.
Thank you. And that's
Yeah.
and that's so important. And my brain was wonky at the beginning of this, so you didn't get my full like story and how this all comes together. So I apologize for missing that piece, because that's what we're all here for, right? Is to grow our businesses. More eyeballs should equal more sales, but you have to build trust, right? There's that bridge where they need to learn to trust us. I have always shared LifeVantage products, always. I've never shied away from it. I've never sugarcoated it, usually more in sales. But then within the last probably, I don't even know, 6 months, I'll have a couple of my commands. You know, we've got automated commands, which is a whole lesson in itself, that is sending out, if you want more, reply activated. And I'm sending them my link, I'm sending them on my page. So the reel I shared Saturday, I did a remix, and it's MB. Like, so every single person that wants information on it, reply MB and you can get information on this. I sell hard in stories. And that could not, that sentence could not be more counterintuitive than anything that you know of me. Like, I'm the golden retriever. That's what my team calls me. And I'm like, okay, you'll buy someday, maybe not. Like, that's why I'm still an MC3 and not a flipping executive.
Yes, you will be.
Anyway, like I digress. I am selling hard though now. So I last month had one of my biggest months. I had 3 teamies and 28 new customers, 3 tracks. We closed out Alaska. So it's one of those things where we focus on the algorithm, we focus on our niche, we focus on building that authenticity. It's like a snowball, right? And then I start trickling in. Okay, here's how I can help. Every aging eyeball needs Protandim. Did you know what this is? And I'm sprinkle. Then your account is growing and you're like, okay, my story, I could do a story training. That's a whole other jam, but short, no more than 4 stories, only post them once every 23 hours. This is the top of the surface, and sell your freaking face off.
Only post stories once every 24 hours. That way they're not
23 hours.
23 hours. Okay. And then last question, I noticed in you have a Stan Store, a link in bio, so people can
Yes.
click on that. And in there you have, these are my activation products. Here's a course that I sell. How are you doing on your digital course? Is that working well?
Doing well. I'm still working out the kinks on pricing. I hired a consultant to come in and look at my Instagram. I'm like, I'm right here. Like, I'm on the half-yard line. I need to improve on my conversions, etc. Like LifeVantage is converting, but the digital products, because that's an amazing source of income you can have running in the background.
Right.
And so I'm trying a lower price point on my course. And just kind of, again, we keep trying, we keep failing forward.
See
So
what works. If you could give them 2 people to follow in social media that you've learned from, who would they be?
Gosh. Cowboy Leisure. It's at Cowboy Leisure. She is coaching on scaling businesses. That's who I hired to come and audit my account and spend time with. But her growth is unbelievable. She posts 3 times a day. I mean, there's no BS about her. It's a beautiful account. Who else would I say? I mean, you guys are probably already following like Brock Johnson, because he's got his finger on the know when it comes to Instagram. He just had a sit down with the Instagram CEO. So Brock Johnson would be another one that I follow, that I just like, okay, what's he saying? What do I need to do?
So I tell people too, not everybody resonates with everybody. So find somebody that you resonate with, that speaks to you. Like 100%. For me, I love Coach Fryer. I love Brian Fryer. I think he's incredible. But there's so many out there, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. Most of them offer free courses or really, really affordable courses. But, I've been trying to figure out this too and teach myself. And so every day I devote some time to learning how to grow on social media. It's all out there. It's just up to us to find it. So, Kristen, you are incredible. We could literally talk for another hour, and
We could. I got all the things. Now that we got power.
I know. So good. So this was awesome. Kristen Bailey, for our inaugural Monday meetup, I think this was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you so much, Kristen. Yeah. You were the
You're so welcome.
perfect person for us all.
Yeah.
Like my phone's blowing up.
Just a complete crap show at the beginning, but hey, we got through
That's
it.
how we are. So
That's
we
how
relate.
perfect example of that's how we all start, and look at it ended so successfully. So I'm glad we didn't
We
quit.
get where we're going eventually. So
Yes. Thank you so much.
thank you for having me, ladies. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Kate Rich. I love you. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Love you. See you guys soon.
Love
See
you.
everybody
Bye,
next
guys. Thank
Monday.
you.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.